Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have something very exciting from NewBeeDrone, and that is the AcroBee with the BLV5 built right in, which is 2-cell compatible. Let's get it out of the box so you can see it in person. First off, I really like the color that they chose for this bird. It looks so sick. I love how the contrast, the green and black, really looks cool on the AcroBee75. Underneath the AcroBee75, we have an extra set of props. A zip tie, which I assume is for the power cable, so when you're unplugging and plugging in the battery, your power cable does not rip off your flight controller. Then we have a couple extra screws, which is very nice in case you lose some screws while working on the whoop later. That's always nice to have a couple extra spare screws. And then underneath that we have a paper going over some of the specs on this AcroBee75. First off, this AcroBee75 is on the Cockroach 75mm frame with the carbon plate on the bottom, which gives it some extra stability. You can see there's also a little TPU printed mount there for your battery, which actually works surprisingly well. It is also powered by the 0804 14,000 kV motors, which are very smooth when you pair those with the 40mm props which come on this one. For the flight controller, we have the all-new BLV5 from NewBeeDrone, and it does have a lot of upgrades compared to the old version 4. The version 4 only had 12 amp ESCs, making it possible to burn a MOSFET or ESC with 2-cell. However, on this version 5 we have 20 amp ESCs, which is a pretty big upgrade. That's almost doubling the amperage of the ESC, which is awesome. This version 5 is 1 or 2S compatible, and it has a VTX output of 25 milliwatt, 100 milliwatt, or 400 milliwatt, which would be the max output. This version 5 flight controller does have ELRS built right in, which makes it a great all-in-one FC. One thing I'm super excited about on this AcroBee75, and I hope it comes on some of the other NewBeeDrone bind and flies, like your Savage Bee and Mosquito, is the adjustable goober canopy for your camera, which you can adjust your camera angle. I believe that is amazing, especially for something that you're flying outside most likely, where you're going to be going a little bit faster. It would be awesome if we saw the same canopy and camera on our Savage Bee and also our Mosquito. I'm going to be going over a couple more specs on this bird a little bit later in the video, but for now, let's get up in the air. I've been keeping you guys waiting too long, been talking too much, so let's do it. Not only does this AcroBee75 have the adjustable camera angle, it actually has something beyond that to top it off, and that is the RunCam Nano 4 HD, which is an awesome camera for variation of light. Lastly, this thing comes ready to fly right out of the box. All you have to do is bind it to your transmitter, and it has a great tune on it. Now this AcroBee75 does have the XD30 on it, which I think is great, and also something else that I think is great, it has the capacitor built right into it. You don't have to add that yourself. I think it's great to have a capacitor on anything 2-cell and up. I always run it myself. Typically if they didn't put it on, I put it on myself, so I think that's great to already have it on there so you don't have to do that yourself. Now the person that I would recommend this AcroBee75 to is somebody that likes cruising around. It's a great cruiser, very smooth, and I really enjoy just flying around, cruising around with this thing. Now if you're wanting to do a little bit more freestyle, I'd probably go with something like the Savage Bee or the Mosquito extra large, because you can really throw those around more than this thing. But this thing you can still freestyle. It's a lot of fun. But I would lean more towards, if you love cruising, I would definitely get this thing. Even if you want something a little bit more bulky to throw around, it does have about the same power to weight ratio as a regular whoop, in my personal opinion. Well, I think I talked way too long in this video about this AcroBee75, so we're going to wrap things up here. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave those down in the comments. I think I'm going to get back outside, get some more flying in. We'll see you guys next time.